It's Wednesday, November 6th here at the West End Gun Club. I'm here on the 200-yard pad. Gonna try to do some group testing today. Unfortunately, it's windier than I expected it to be. Wind was only supposed to be under 4 miles an hour today, but it's definitely blowing above 5 right now. Hopefully it'll taper off. It's just after 6, so maybe when the sun comes up and 7 o'clock rolls around, it should start to slow down a little bit as far as the wind. And I hate to keep sounding like a fair weather shooter, but when I'm trying to shoot groups with rimfire at 200 yards, you kind of want the wind to be cooperative. So anyway, I will complain about that, and we'll hope for the best. Anyway, let's go and get set up. It's pretty much dead out here. I'm the only one here except for the RO. One of the ROs who's doing some range repairs. But let me get the gear unloaded and we'll start shooting. You might have noticed in the earlier intro that I had flipped this bench like forward so that like the top is facing that way. The reason why I did that is because it gave me an easy reference point for the laser. So I'm standing out there trying to handhold the laser. I had a like big object to laze off of. So that's why I did that. Because laser rangefinders, even some of the best consumer grade ones aren't that great as far as the beam dispersion. I'm still using a Sig Kilo 2000, which is considered a pretty good, really good laser rangefinder for the money. And but I mean, if you're one of the hardcore long range shooters, and there's going to be other laser rangefinders to get that are going to be better. But the Sig Kilo 2000 works for me. No matter where I put it, oh, it's over there. The wind has actually picked up since I got here. It's pushing 10 miles an hour right now, consistent. 9, now it's dropping, but it was supposed to be forecast about 4 and under after about 7 o'clock, and it's 7 right now. It's also possible that since we're in this canyon right here, or the wind is just flowing here naturally at a stronger gust than the rest of the area. But we'll go ahead and just shoot steel for a little bit, and then hope that the winds die down so I can shoot on my paper target and get some valid group data here. It's unfortunate that I've been wanting to do some 200-yard group testing, but I really can't if the conditions don't cooperate. So it is what it is. I saw this Plano shotgun case online. It's just basically an ammo can that's supposed to fit shotgun shell boxes, like 3 of them, 25 round or 25 shell boxes. But I found that I got them because I thought they looked like they would fit AICS mags, and it looks like they do with foam on the side. So I put some closed cell foam that I had. They're about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch wide, and so I'm probably gonna get some better closed cell foam that's actually not stuff that I saved from packaging. But I might get another Plano box so I can hold AICS mags and also my rimfire ammo in boxes ammo boxes like this, because it just seems a little more cleaner. But so I have my 4 Vudoo mags in here along with Midas Plus and Center X ammo in here. Someone reached out to me a few weeks ago and they asked me why I haven't reviewed a certain product. Also, like, I know one guy asked me a while back why I haven't reviewed the Tika T1X rimfire. And then other people have asked me for various other products for me to review them, whether it be red dots. And the reason why I don't do that is because I don't get this stuff for free. Everything that I have, I purchased. I mean, out of my own dime. I mean, I'm not a professional reviewer. I will write reviews about products that I have purchased and used. And for the most part, everything I've bought has been pretty good, right? I haven't had any really bad reviews, short of like the RMR, which I have never written a follow-up to that. I actually wrote a review on the RMR back in the day, and I gave it good praise, but I never did a follow-up and like a full-on breakdown of why I had to get rid of it. But anyway, what I'm saying is that a lot of people have asked me to review certain things, and I just don't have. I mean, some of the stuff I would never buy anyway, and so if I'm not going to buy it, why would, you know, I won't get it and write a review on it. And another thing is I'm not sponsored or anything, so I'm not getting, like I said, I'm not getting free stuff. I've turned down loaners from some companies. They're not really huge companies. People will know who they are if I mention their names, but I've been contacted by some of these companies to write reviews of the products if they gave me samples or whatever, and I turn that stuff down simply because I don't want to feel pressured to write a good review on a product. So yeah, that's sort of kind of the way I stand right now. And granted, that's probably not, if I want to do this a little bit more seriously, I guess, like use my content delivery branding, I guess, if you want to call it branding. If I want to use my sites to do actual reviews, like a little bit more seriously, then I'm probably have to rethink that whole stance. But right now, I just don't want to. I don't want to feel like I'm forced to do stuff like I'm sponsored or anything as far as writing reviews. So anyway, that's kind of why I don't review a lot of different products. I mean, I write reviews for stuff that I purchased, and that's pretty much it. So that's to answer that question.
Over your skin, you can see it beat, intoxicating your energy. First time in so long you felt the heat, evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere.
The winds have not died down whatsoever. If anything, they've picked up. Quarter value wind to the target, fluctuating between 5 and 10 miles an hour. But I've got a 200-yard target out there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to shoot groups. They're probably gonna look like trash, but whatever. I have the target out there, and may as well just do it since I'm out here. And I took the time to come to the range, so. We'll just keep an eye on the wind meter to see what the winds look like during the string. If anything, I should put it in front of the target, or in front of my rifle, so I can see it better without looking my eye over. But yeah, it's gusting up to 10 miles an hour, quarter value.
I know the sadness that cripples you. It comes in waves and out of the blue.
During the target repair, I pulled the top sheet of paper I was shooting on with center X at 200 yards. This group was actually off target. I should have brought my camera out there, but it was actually pretty decent off target. But these are also reflective of the one that was off target. These actually don't look too bad. It's well under 2 inches. These are 2-inch pasters. I would say these are about 1¼ inches, 1¼ inch groups at 200 yards, which is really good considering the wind conditions. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep shooting. I'll probably shoot some more center X, Midas plus, and then long range, or I'll do whatever. I'll probably just shoot long range and Midas plus, and then keep swapping out targets so I can save these for later.
Gravitate, gravitate, gravitate. Innovate, innovate, innovate. Move like the
For some reason, there's a bunch of flies out here ever since the wind died down. Yeah, they're swarming. But this is the center X that I shot earlier in the morning, followed up by a bunch of Midas plus. That's Midas plus, which will look really bad in that wind. This is Midas plus again, not looking that great. Here's more Midas plus. It's basically hovering around 2.5 inches at 200 yards. But the winds were strong when I shot all these groups. Midas plus again. No, sorry, this is long range match. And no, this is Midas plus, and this is long range match, I believe. Yeah, long range match here, which didn't hold too well either. It's all over. You can't even tell what's what. And then the last, when the winds were a little bit better, I shot these last 5 groups here. I was trying to get centered up here because I was making adjustments when I was shooting on steel. But here's a 5-shot group. I think that's my 5th shot here. I don't know where that went. That was first shot, sorry. First shot, then I centered it up here. This is a 5-shot group, and you can say it's around 2.5 inches. Almost, yeah, 2.5 inches. This is a 2-inch group right here. So, I don't know. Midas Plus, probably not worth the cost. At 50 yards, it shoots pretty good. Better than, a little bit better than Center X. But at 200 yards, it's probably not going to make much of a difference between Center X and Midas Plus. So, yeah, that's kind of it. I'm going to go ahead and pack up my gear because these flies are starting to annoy me. So then we'll get out of here. I just exited the range, had to record my outro while in the vehicle because all those bugs were starting to annoy me. They were just swarming all over. Anyway, today was an okay day of shooting. It wasn't as ideal conditions as I would want them to be, but I was able to get some groups. We'll take them at face value. Some of them look okay. I mean, the Midas Plus, Center X, I shot great groups with those, but the Midas Plus and then SK Long Range Match, the conditions weren't ideal. Granted, it looks like they're holding around 2 inches at 200 yards, which is, 1 MOA. So it's the best you can hope for. That being said, I'm really liking the Vudoo 22. The V-22 is a great rifle. My dad, he shot it last time I was out. He thinks it's a great gun. It's a whole other class of rimfire rifle when you're shooting it. I mean, it's levels above a CZ. I've never really shot an and shoots very much. I've shot one a few times that belong to friends, and from what I recall, they're great. They feel great. But the Vudoo 22, compared to anything else that you're buying in a consumer grade, they are very, very they're at the top, right? I know a lot of people are looking at the Bergara now, the B14 rimfire, which is basically a Vudoo because it's 700 pattern action, but now it's a push feed with the Bergara. And I don't know, there's a lot of discussion of whether or not they're going to get sued. Bergara might get sued for copyright infringement or trademark infringement for the magazines, because they pretty much copied the Vudoo 22 magazines. Aside from the whole outside slide lever deal, it's pretty much the same magazine. That being said, assuming the Bergara comes to market at the 1100 MSRP, I might get one. It's only $1,100, right? I say only. For me, the limiting factor for any new rifle is going to be the optic. You can buy a $1,000 optic that's pretty decent. So there's the budget optic arena has gotten a lot better in the past 10 years. But once you've shot other higher grade scopes, I mean your Vortex Razor Gen 2s and Night Force, Kahles, Schmidt and Bender, once you've used those, you kind of don't want to step down to $1,000 sub $1,000 scope. It just, yes, I agree that they're good scopes, right? My Viper PST Gen 2, I think it's a good scope. But once you shoot that compared to something else, like a higher grade, you're wanting that higher grade scope on your rifle. So it's hard for me to buy a new bolt rifle now, especially when you're going to invest money in it. Why, tricking it out, customs and whatnot, why would you limit yourself on that optic? You want to go top tier optics, right? Even like the Tangent Thetas or something of that realm. Anyway, I might get a Bergara. We'll see. But the thing is, if I'm going to buy a Bergara and, swap out the trigger, put maybe a different stock on it, because I'm not really a fan of that stock, then you're looking into the custom range, and why not just get another Vudoo? So
You know, what are you going to do? So anyway, also I'd rather get that CZ457, the Area 419 package with the Manor stock. That looks really cool for $2,000 because you get a Bartley barrel, Manor stock, the Area 419 Arca rail, their scope base. It's a really good package. So I'm thinking about, I would actually rather get that than the Bergara. Anyway, that's kind of it for today. I need to get home and change the oil on this Jeep. And then after that, I'll get some lunch. And then probably take care of a few errands for the rest of the afternoon. But that's pretty much it for today. Today is Wednesday, November 6th, leaving the West End Gun Club. Thanks for watching the vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.